Me and my brother and my sister were at home, and the doorbell rings. I think it's our parents, but it's a bunch of police at the door. They tell me this is, what they arrested me for. My first reaction was shock. It was difficult, especially seeing, not even just for me, because if it was a situation where it was just me, I think it would have been easier to handle. But seeing my parents in that situation as well was a lot.
What are your thoughts on your parents' conviction?
It's sad. It's been really hard to really wrap my head around it.
Do you understand the conviction and why they were found guilty?
I understand the conviction. Personally, I disagree with it. However, that's from a very biased perspective as their daughter, and I would obviously always back my parents. However, the law has taken its course, and we just have to now move forward as a family. Apart from the case and the trial, I'm also having dialysis.
What's the name of the condition that you have?
Okay, it's called nephrotic syndrome, FSGS. Basically, my kidneys are like small and they have like loads of big holes in it. Either I stay on dialysis for the rest of my life or I get a transplant. These are my two options.
Was it not possible to get a donor from within your family?
I had the APOL1 gene. So to us, that kind of meant that, kind of excluded the family, especially on my dad's side, because they have quite a history of kidney conditions. In August of 2021, when obviously I found out that it was a possibility that I would need a transplant, that's when we kind of reached out to people.
How involved were you in finding a donor, in particular this young man?
I wasn't involved at all. It was mostly my family that handled everything to do with my medical side.
Were you aware that your parents were trying to bring someone from Nigeria to the UK?
I mean, I was aware that someone did come forward. I had just come over to the UK, I believe, with my uncle. My mom and I wanted to thank him for that, and the picture was basically for memories.
It was mentioned in court that this man was portrayed as your cousin. Did you know that was the case?
No, you should answer that.
Yeah. I mean, I can't answer that.
Were you aware that's the narrative that they were going for?
To an extent, but not really. I didn't really know anything leading up to it. I don't feel anything towards him. I, wish him all the best. And that's really it.
There were some texts between you and your parents, and they offered a couple of people, or they showed you a couple of people who could be donors. Was that not some sort of involvement from your side?
I wouldn't say it's an involvement. They just wanted me to see the progress that they had made.
Have you been able to find someone else?
Well, shortly after that, I had put out an appeal and a lot of people came up, but we weren't really able to do anything with that as of now because I'm still on dialysis. Hopefully, I would be able to, get the transplant soon. But as you know, our family is still in the middle of a trial. I would like to also
After
use
taking account of the aggravating and mitigating factors in your case, I impose a sentence of 9 years and 8 months imprisonment.
What are they?
Subject to allowing for the time which you have spent remanded in custody. You will serve 2/3 of the sentence in custody.
Do they feel
and will be on
license
thereafter for the rest
is
of
just
the
from an outside
sentence.
perspective.
You can sit down.
They're okay.
Dr. Beatrice Ekweremadu, would you stand up?
What sort of been your lesson from all this?
In your case,
Life
I
is
adopt
just
a
so
starting
dynamic.
point of
Like,
6 years
one day
custody.
you're in your house.
I do not consider that the
day,
aggravating factors that are
Your whole
present
life is turned
in the
it's
case
turned
of your
upside down.
co-defendants
So that is
apply
my
to
main
you.
focus. Try and help.
You were not
specifically people
directly
with
involved
kidney conditions,
in the identification of the donor,
just to
and
show
the
that
evidence does not show that you
that
were
they don't need to
directly
be scared.
involved in the attempts
Obviously, there's the
to
support of my
identify a
siblings and
further
obviously my
donor after the transplant did not go ahead.
However, I don't think it would.
I take account of all the mitigating features that Mr. Mahindra KC has identified,
I feel like
and the content of the thorough and helpful pre-sentence report prepared by Jessica